This is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on the upcoming solar eclipse which is going to be taking place on Feb 17th. So like the way friends, I always say this thing that whenever there is any of the involvement of Rahu and Ketu, nature tend to remain very sensitive. We tend to remain very much vulnerable, susceptible towards the karmic destined kind of events. So how it is going to be impacting you, influencing you, knowing this becomes very important. Again friends, I'm not a motivational speaker, and for this topic don't expect me to say something good. It is not a very like a positive kind of event. It has more to do with precaution and understanding that based on your planetary alignments, in which capacity you could be vulnerable, so that you can safeguard yourself. Friends, during this time, this eclipse is more significant because of the involvement of other planets as well. See, we all know this thing that generally solar eclipse happens at the time when there is a new moon. That means sun and moon, they both are involved. Our Atma, our subconsciousness, they both are involved, and they are somehow subjected to the nodal axis. During this time, because of the involvement of the Venus, because of the involvement of the Mercury, it becomes much more important. So like we have around the time of the eclipse, Venus, Mercury also involved. So that means if the eclipse energy can make you vulnerable towards fake or false allegation. So because of the Venus, this could be some sort of allegation being put forth by someone from the opposite gender. If it is Mercury, a lot of the times we keep on coming across like people who get arrested because of any corruption charges, any of the money laundering kind of charges. So all of that vulnerability is going to be there. So how it is going to be impacting all of us, we will have our clear and concise discussion on that. And also friends, I'm just keep on adding layer by layer. It is also happening in the Dhanishta Nakshatra, that too on a Tuesday. I always say that even in the Panchang, the Var plays very significant role. And because if it is on a Tuesday, means Mangalvar, because of the planet Mars. If there is an involvement of the Dhanishta Nakshatra, which is again ruled by the Mars. So we all know this thing that whenever Mars is involved, there is a vulnerability of the physical injury as well. Friends, all those people who follow my weekly horoscope videos, I keep on sharing even my anecdotes from my personal life as well. If you remember, around the last time when eclipse happened, I shared that in Vancouver we have the place where I live, a lot of the issues with the people with homelessness issue, mental health issue. It was the time of the eclipse. That night, I was not supposed to be on that transit, on that train. I was not supposed to be on that time on that train. Somehow, there was some energy which took me over there. And there was this homeless guy, he had some issue. They never physically manhandle someone or come close, but he was doing that. And somehow he came very close to me and did something which I cannot share right now over here. So that is what I'm trying to say. Like people who become vulnerable towards animal attack, being stranded, sudden allegation, fake allegation. So around the time of the eclipse, all that vulnerability tend to remain. And who gets more affected? Let's say for example, you're born with Kal Sarp Yoga, like all of your planets are in the axis of Rahu and Ketu. You are born in the Gandamul Nakshatra. Your moon is very afflicted. You are right now running the Dasha. In the Dasha, you have any of the combination of the Sun and the Rahu, or this could be Rahu and Ketu, Rahu or Moon. So then you have to follow caution, you have to follow care. A lot of the people say this thing that the time of the eclipse is very good for the sadhana, like for the mantra sadhana, and that makes sense as well, right? Because we believe in spirituality that around the time of the eclipse, Ida Pingala get suppressed and the Sushumna activation becomes very fast. Along with that, this is also a very good time for making donations, like the places where it is going to be happening, the Vedic Jyotish phenomena, which we call as the Sutak, which is the precautionary hours. So for every solar eclipse, that clock generally starts 12 hours prior to the initiation of the eclipse. So let's say for example, if it is visible in your country and it is visible around 3 p.m. So 12 hours before to it, it means from the 3 a.m. in the early morning hours only, you have to follow the caution and the care, which comprises of like refrain from like aggressive actions, initiating something, making use of the sharp edge tools, weapons if that is involved in your line of work, like avoid any confrontation, heated kind of confrontation. And many people say that it is good for doing meditation, but keep the prayer room closed on that day when the eclipse energy is very prevalent. And after, when it is over, take a bath, take a shower, like don't try to cook too much around the time of the eclipse, and after the completion of the eclipse, do the donation. So these are some of the pros and cons, friends, which I wanted to share. So now after this, friends, now we will switch to all the ascendants. You can watch this based on your moon sign as well, that what kind of like precaution is like advisable for you. I mentioned this thing. This is not a motivational talk. I don't have, it is a bad event. It is a vulnerable event. So I will not try to sugarcoat it via giving you some hope. All what you have to take away from this video is in which area you have to be careful. Because friends, what is happening immediate after the like this solar eclipse, Mars is also going to be entering in the Aquarius, getting conjunct with Rahu, and Mars in a way is a part of it because it is happening on the Var, Mangalwar, on a Tuesday, in the nakshatra of the planet Mars. Like the Dhanishta energy is very much involved. That is the reason I am saying this. Okay friends, starting first with the Aries people. So friends, for the Aries people, it is going to be happening in your 11th house. So friends, in your case, the 4th lord and the 5th lord of yours is getting eclipsed in the 11th house. So for the Aries Lagna during this time, there might be like, this could be a possibility that any of the payment, any of the flow of money might get into some kind of dispute, conflict or argument. Don't try to be too much greedy in any of the financial negotiation. And again friends, see, 11th house is a prime house of our net worth, our brand image. So sometimes, you know, it's like we live in a day and age. For example, even if I come across a very cranky customer, much better to refund the money rather than that person give me more damage of writing a bad scathing review to me, because losing, like refunding $100 is much more better deal rather than having a review, negative review, which is going to be affecting me for a longer span of time. So that is what you have to be very careful of during this time, that your prestige, your public image shall not get affected. Be very transparent in any of the financial negotiation, financial dealing, because 4th and the 5th house is a part of it. Your mind might be prone towards pessimism, seeing the glass half empty. So be very mindful around all the domestic life related decision during this time. For students, people who are connected with stock market, trading, entertainment, you have to be very careful of your public image. Now friends, when we talk about the Taurus Lagna natives, so friends, for the Taurus, whether you are Lagna or your Taurus moon, so friends, in your case, it is going to be influencing the matters of your 10th house. So friends, because your like 3rd lord and the 4th lord is getting eclipsed in the 10th house, that in itself means that this might be a time where your public image at workplace, you might be vulnerable towards like allegation, accusation, someone else made a mistake and the whole blame came to you. So the way you are managing your job, your duties, your responsibilities, you have to be very careful. The major impact of this is going to be, and again friends, because a moon happened to be your 3rd lord, so the betrayal might happen because of someone very close to you, someone whom you trust too much. So be very careful friends, how you conduct your job, and God forbid, even if you're running some unfavorable dasha, vulnerable dasha, something happens, don't fight with it. I always say, like Rahu and Ketu, they are that force of destiny in front of which our actions, our planning somehow fails in front of them, the force of the destiny. So much better try to be diplomatic, do the remedies friends. This could be the Aditya Hriday Stotram, this could be the Bij Mantra of the Rahu, Durga Kvach, Saraswati Bij Mantra, you can do about that. And let's say for example, if you're already connected with the government, then you have to be very, very careful. You're heading some important government projects and all. So yes friends, the next couple of days are going to be very sensitive. Guard your public image. Now when we talk about the Gemini Lagna, so friends, for the Gemini Lagna you have to be very careful because Sun and Moon, they happen to be your second and the third lord, getting eclipsed by Rahu in the ninth house. That in itself means that luck will be very fluctuating during this time, because Mercury and Venus are also a part of it, like they are also involved in this conjunction, and Moon is your second lord. So if you are responsible for any financial management, you are like custodian of any financial planning and all, so do your job very carefully. Like this is that kind of typical energy where people accuse you of mishandling of the finances, and yes friends, the kind of advice you follow, you have to take that with pinch of salt. Even if you have to like go for any international travel and all, so do your planning properly around next couple of days as well, right? I would say from 15th till 25th, 27th. So be very careful how you manage the matters of your finances. Don't blindly trust people. Whatever communication like you write in form of emails, what you tweet, what you post, be very mindful, be very careful. Especially if you represent a big brand, you work for the government and all, you are connected with politics, or this could be case even if you are a preacher where people see you with a lot of respect. So you have to be very careful around this time. Friends, when we talk about the Cancer Lagna, so friends, for the Cancer Lagna, they have to be very careful. Their health is going to be very, very vulnerable. The way you manage your finances is going to be very, very vulnerable, very sensitive, on the edge during this time. So again, friends, in your case, if it is possible for you to recite the Mahamrityunjay Mantra Mala, it will be very good for you. Even if you can get a Shiva Rudra Abhishek done, that is also going to be very beneficial for you. Again friends, a lot is dependent on what kind of dashas you are currently going through, because like the way I mentioned, Mercury, Venus are also involved, right? If Rahu is hard bent on like making you entangled into any controversy, any scandal, so this could happen because of the finances as well. Mercury is involved. This could happen because of involvement of a romantic or any passion related matters as well, because Venus is also involved. So that is the only reason I'm saying. But most likely your health and your finances are at stake. So don't take any major decision during this time where major chunk of money or finances is involved. Now friends, when we talk about the Leo Lagna natives, so friends, for the Leo Lagna, definitely because Sun represents your soul, Sun represents the government and the ruling class people, right? The bosses, authority figures and all. It is happening in your 7th house. So your 12th lord and your ascendant lord is getting eclipsed in the 7th house. That means somehow you are subjected to the public mass uproar, sentiment, or the partners might create a lot of problem over here, even in the business, even in the health. Don't take any chance, don't take any risk during this time. If you're already connected with government and going through some very pressurizing kind of situation, then this is going to be getting applicable more in your case. Now comes the question that what you can do as a remedy. So friends, safeguard the sun energy, right? This could be through recitation of the Gayatri mantra, most powerful. So empower the soul energy. This could be through meditation, because moon happened to be your like 12th lord as well, right? So even like we say that even the jaw, I know this thing, this is also the Lal Kitab remedy as well. The jaw, you can even put it in the flowing water as well. And your public image, your health, your relationship with your spouse, any of the matters of the business, government, dealing with the bosses, if you are in a family business. So in all these areas, friends, you have to be very careful. 7th house represents the public. So that in itself means that it's not like something regarding which you have any control. So what you can do, surrender. Acceptance mode is very important. Self-defense mode is very important. Not taking everything to your heart, not taking everything personally is very important. So then you can sail through this kind of difficult combination happening in your 7th house. And because Venus is also involved, Mercury is also involved, any financial responsibility, like if you are custodian, you're responsible for any financial budget So manage that very carefully. Be very respectful, be very transparent while dealing with opposite sex or same sex based on your sexual preference. But yes, in the matters of relationship as well, you have to be very careful. Now friends, when we talk about the Virgo Lagna natives, so friends, for the Virgo Lagna, this could be slightly beneficial, but only like if you're running some favorable dasha. But let's say, for example, if you're running like Mars is anyway active in the Antardasha, in the Mahadasha, and this could be like Mars is involved, like this could be Moon is involved, like, so then you have to be very careful. So friends, your health is going to be vulnerable. Any of the matters of the loan, credit is going to be at stake. There is going to be vulnerability over here, and how you deal with your co-workers, your subordinates. So like, let's say for example, if you are like, you are very authoritative, very bossy, so suddenly there might be some rebellion at work, or your juniors might make a complaint or create a ruckus at work. So be very careful how you manage things. And again friends, because 11th house is like, in your case the moon energy happened to be in the 11th house, right? So that also tells about, don't be too greedy during this time in the financial matters, and safeguard your public image. That's all what I can say. Again friends, this video is not about showing you something good in this. This is a time of vulnerability. All what I'm trying to do over here is that just highlighting the areas where you have to be very protective, where you have to be very like at guard. And we generally say like for your Lagna, like this could be Vishnu Sahasranam is very beneficial. Like if you have any Lord Ganesha's temple, like Ganesh Sankat Nashan Stotram, or this could be any of the Archana of the Lord Ganesha will safeguard your interest. Now friends, when we talk about the Libra Lagna, so friends, for the Libra Lagna, it is going to be influencing the matters of your 5th house. Your mind, your thought process is going to be eclipsed. There is not going to be any clarity, no air, no oxygen in your mind to take the right decision. So let's say for example, if you're already going through some vulnerable dasha, like which is like, that generally happens. You are in the Saturn Ketu, Rahu Moon, Ketu Moon. If this is active right now in the dasha sequence, then you have to be very careful of your decision making, like especially those females who are pregnant. So try to keep yourself uplifted, motivated in a positive environment. Or let's say for example, you have to write any competitive exam, academic matters, sporting events. If that is getting applicable in your case friends, then you have to follow caution and care. Most importantly friends, 5th house represents our mind, our chit, our buddhi, our intellect. So don't misuse it, or don't be too pessimistic. That's all what I can say. Now friends, when we talk about the Scorpio Lagna natives, so friends, for the Scorpio Lagna, it is going to be happening in your 4th house. So because Sun in your case happened to be your like 10th lord, and Moon happened to be your 9th lord. So that also tells about that your public image, your public dealings is going to be under public scrutiny, in the masses scrutiny. And again friends, like when we talk about the 4th house, 4th house is very important because this is the house of our inner rootedness, how grounded, how stable, how rooted you are in your faith system, in your belief system. When life throws any challenges at you, do you stay firm in your morals, in your values, in your ethics, or do you compromise on that? So I would say friends that in your case, a lot of the life's tests and trials will happen in this phase in next couple of days. So be as firm, don't compromise on your ethics. Any of the domestic life related matters, handle that with caution, with care. Like sometimes what happen even in the politics, I've seen like where politicians are targeted because of their personal matters, because of their own family. So if you feel that you are in that status, in that stature, in that position where the opposing parties or the opposition is going very personal in your life, so respond that with grace, respond that with ethics and all. So this is the right way friends, because with Rahu and Ketu you cannot fight with your destiny, you cannot fight with your prarabdha. Knowing this in advance means that you are going to be well prepared. We generally say that the Hanuman Bahuk, Hanuman Bajrang Baan, because very soon your ascendant lord will also enter over here. So, and your ascendant lord only has something good for you. It is your best well-wisher. your ascendant lord. So it will do the damage control. But as of now, all what I can say is that don't take too personal, don't take things too personal. And any of the land, property, vehicle purchases, domestic life connected major decision making, much better if you can postpone it for a while. At least don't try to do it around the time of the eclipse. Luck is going to be fluctuating, friends. So your luck, your public image is going to be very prone, very vulnerable, very exposed. So conduct yourself with grace. That becomes very important. I was like watching this video only, in India, one of the very rich tobacco business owner, like he's like, I don't know how many millionaire, how many million worth this person is. So just because we know that tobacco business happens because of the Rahu involvement, right? And just yesterday only his son got involved in an accident in his personal Lamborghini, and I guess many people got injured in that accident. So that's how you sometimes end up. People only see the brighter side of the Rahu, but Rahu can actually give you problems in another way as well. Only if you will stay firm and rooted in your ethics and values, which is a typical Jupiterian trait, then the Rahu also surrenders to it. So yes, friends, that's all what I can say for the Scorpio Lagna. Friends, when we talk about the Sagittarius Lagna natives, so friends, in your case, it is going to be happening in your third house. That in itself means that many people will start doubting, self-doubting their confidence. Like we say that the intensity of your actions or the flow might be interrupted, disrupted during this time. Like we say that their life generally flows in a smooth flow, right? So I'm seeing some sort of disruption, because in your case, moon happened to be your 8th lord as well, and sun, your 9th lord, is causing this. They are like getting eclipsed by Rahu in the third house. So some sort of break in the free flow of the event, some sort of misunderstanding with the co-workers, with the colleagues, with the sibling and all. And also friends, third house also represents communication, self-expression. So under stress, under pressure, how you act is going to be judged during this time. So just don't succumb to any pressure if people try to put that onto you. And much better if you do not initiate anything very important during this time. Be very mindful of any financial lending, credit, borrowing during this time. And let's say, for example, if you're running some vulnerable dasha, so refrain from like being involved in any adventurous kind of deeds and all. Like I mean to say, too much of the aggression, action, much better if you can refrain from that, especially where the risk index is very high. Now friends, when we talk about the Capricorn, so friends, for the Capricorn Lagna, it is going to be happening in your second house, where your 7th and the 8th lord is getting eclipsed. So it's a typical phenomena where your financial planning, financial decision making might be vulnerable. Many people get targeted for any financial scam and all, or this could be a case that there might be some false allegation, accusation in the matters of the finances as well. So let's say, for example, if you are the head of any committee, or you're chairing any of the financial matters, you are custodian, you're responsible for any financial scheme and all. So be very mindful how you manage things during this time, because friends, it's the solar eclipse, the Surya energy, and sun happened to be your 8th lord. And when Rahu, Ketu are involved, they are like the judgment kind of day, right? Because Ketu is transiting in the Leo. So that in itself means that yes, this is going to be the time when there is going to be proper audit of your financial ethics from the past as well, in the past 18 years. So yes friends, all what I can say is that do the remedy, be very mindful of the words which you are using. Finances, relationship, family, your ethics is going to be at stake. Be as cautious, be as careful, and don't initiate anything involving the major exchange of money around the time of the eclipse. Friends, when we talk about the Aquarius Lagna, so friends, for the Kumbh Rashi, like Aquarius Moon or Aquarius Rising, it is going to be happening right over there in your first house. So friends, a lot is happening for the Aquarius Lagna, because your 10th lord right now is in the 12th house, exalted over there. And when this eclipse energy will happen, sun and moon happen to be your 7th lord and the 6th lord. And friends, whatever happens in the first house, our health, area around the head, our health, our public image is going to be at stake. So do some sort of protection Kavach. This could be Durga Kavach, Hanuman Bahuk, Hanumanji Sundarkand, which can safeguard your public image. Along with that, friends, for certain people, if you thrive in a career where we say that even as many controversy, if you are a socialite, if you are an entertainer, you are a celebrity, you are a politician, is good for you. Any PR is a good PR. Then it might be a different case. But yes, when we say that the way you manage your finances, Moon is your sixth lord, health, all of that is going to be vulnerable, your public image, and people will unnecessarily try to pick fights with you or target you. Targeting will happen a lot during this time. Manage your calm, be as composed, do your chanting, and have faith in the higher powers. That is all what I can say for the Aquarius Lagna. And lastly, friends, when we talk about the Pisces Lagna, so friends, in your case, it is going to be happening in your 12th house. So refrain from any major travels during this time. 12th house expenses, if utilized well, under the influence of the positive planets, could be good as well, like where you do the charities, you do the donation, you support the charities. But during this time, it looks like, I would say, friends, like, yeah, expenses I'm seeing a lot of the expenses. Much better do some charity, do some donation in the name of your ancestors. That will be very much supportive for you. Refrain from any major travels, major relocation during this time. You are a student or even in your line of work. So we generally say that, when your sixth lord is getting eclipsed in the 12th house, even the enemies you encounter, they tend to remain very powerful. And these are those people who hit you, weaponize you behind the back, like the typical backstabbers. So be very careful, friends. Do your job with complete responsibility, accountability, and do the protection Kavacha, like Durga Kavach, Hanumanji Sundarkand. It will be much more beneficial for you. So yes, friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. धन्यवाद.